Greetings, everybody. I want to welcome you here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. Sorry, I could feel my voice about to crack. Anyways, I want to welcome you here. This is day 6 of my 31 favorite rock albums that were released in December. So it could be any time in any year, but as long as it's in December, it could go back to 1963 or all the way up to 2024. So the album and it can be, one other thing I wanted to make, it can be any album. There's no other restrictions on it other than it's a rock album. Some bands may have as many as they can get on here. I have no limitations, primarily because the album had to be released in December, and as we know, December was a hard month to get people to make albums because they knew they would be too late in the year to be part of any kind of award ceremonies of any kind. So they often would not produce an album in December, although The Who weren't too afraid. Here they put this album out on December the 3rd, 1965, their debut album called My Generation. It's not an album I've owned, but of course I've listened to it online a few times when I was looking to finish my Who collection, because I have almost all their stuff. I was listening to this and a couple of other albums by them to get that kind of feel for the album. Now, a lot of the tracks on here, of course, are also on Meaty Beaty Big and Bouncy, including My Generation, which is on this album. There's a few other tracks that I just, for some reason, my throat was clogged there and it kind of just went out of my head, but they may come back as we're talking about the album. So, yeah, it's a pretty kind of poppy album. Poppy for that time period for The Who. They were still kind of modish at the time. The song My Generation, kind of playing on that stutter part that Roger Daltrey does during the song. This album also has The Kids Are All Right on it, another great tune by The Who, and you can see it's got that really similar flavor to it as My Generation does. And there's one other track on there that I believe is also on Meaty Beaty Big and Bouncy, and it's just on the tip of my brain, is not coming out. But yeah, just a kind of a poppy, kind of 60-ish, 50-ish feel to it, but kind of attitudinal, which is all the Who albums are like that. Really good album, I think, solid. It's one I've been looking for. Not so easy to find because the Who were not album type band. They're the only band that I have in my group of 9 that really, the albums are secondary. It's the live part of the band that really is the outstanding part. Their attitude, their whole live and concert stuff, even some of their live stuff is better than their actual discography. They do have a couple of really excellent discography albums for sure, but for a band that's been around over 55 years to only have like 12 or so, I think it's just 12 albums, 12 studio albums. That's a lot less than a lot of other bands. Even the Beatles had like 10, and they were only around for a shorter period compared to the Who. But an excellent band with a lot of stuff going on in this album. So I think this is the second album we've done with this band. The first one was a quick one while he's away. I think that was my opening day salvo. So this is day number, what do we got here? Day number 6 of my 31 favorite rock albums released in December. So this would be album number 26, I believe, which is My Generation by The Who. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please hit the like and subscribe. If you want to be notified, please hit the notification bell. If you got any comments about this album or anything I've said, you can put that in the comment section below. And we will be back tomorrow with yet another album from this for the series that we're running for December. So I hope to see you then. So take care and have a good one. Goodbye.